Just officially left the Gila National Forest a minute and a half ago at this slow, kind of average 20 miles per hour speed here, or less. And there's less moisture on this side, but what's interesting is there aren't any tall trees on this side. This is a woodland, I guess, a shrubland. These are trees that move moisture, but they're not dense. And when I was coming across Texas on I-10, I could see that there's contiguous shrubbery, trees that are 12 to 15 feet tall, way out there that I just didn't ever notice or know about or think about. And so that's got to be what is bringing the moisture west to east a lot of the time, is all that vegetation out there. But here in the Gila, or just beyond the Gila rather, I mean, you can see there's just not enough, and trees and shrubs. I assume it's the same reason, same kind of problems I had. The soil's not really soil, the slopes are really steep, and it's just difficult to be a tree out here. I just have seen one tree since we came on the other. Well, there's another one, but it's 13 feet tall or something. So not as moist on this side, although it's definitely rained. You can tell both from the vegetation and from the road. It's moistened, but not a lot of resource here for, well, I mean, comparatively to where we just were, where all the trees, so many of the trees are 60 feet tall or more. That's an interesting thing to learn. The shrubbery mountains of New Mexico. This is such a trip. This is the second one of these giant strip mined entire mountains. So I come around the bend here. About 10 miles, maybe 13 miles out of Silver City, and you can still see moisture on the road. This is maybe 30 miles away from the watering site. And the air here is like the air was in Kingston 3 days ago. Even 2 days ago. It's cool and moist-ish. Not moist, but definitely moist-ish. And yeah, there's just water all over the road still. So that's the benefit of this cool, moist air, is the moisture gets to hold. It doesn't get cooked out or bleached out by the sun. Looks like it's going to go on. We still haven't really gotten to clear sky. That's going to be probably on the other side of Silver City that we finally get into open blue again. I have no idea, but anyway, incredible long cloud cover, long rain travel, really good. It is raining in Silver City. It's incredible. It's so good, so good. And yeah, we're still under cloudy skies, however many 40 miles later. So all right, on to Arizona now. It's about 6 p.m. I'm in the halfway across the endless desert, and we're still under dark skies, but we just crossed temperature zones. It's 86, and it feels so hot. I'm having to make adjustments in my comfort level, which I just thought was kind of funny. It's very green, so they got rain, but this is, we're back to the arid for real. It's I'm not sure. Monitor this temperature shift or anything. I just suddenly noticed I felt hot. I started getting worried if the truck was overheating. And then I remembered I'm driving across the desert in late June. So that could have something to do with it too. Anyway, yeah, I was really enjoying those high 60s and low 70s. Check out this break. It's like a continental break in the clouds. It goes from the rainy stuff. We're finally getting out of it, like halfway across the desert. There's the break, and it's blue on the other side. It's amazing. This is the end of the clouds we brought over, I think. It's really wild. Man, it's extraordinary. Someone needs to someone needs to come out here with me on the road. I need to film these journeys. Look at the scenery. This break is now dissolving. It's like a hood of those mountains. Go off the road. Anyway, check it out. Super contrast, super beautiful, amazing scenery. Oh my gosh, I'm in Solomon, Arizona, and I just realized I'm not doing my job of logging what's happening. I've just been celebrating Kingston for 4 hours. Oh man, at Kingston, real fast, was just such an amazing, positive experience. The people that my friend Norm connected me to, Catherine and Gary, the Black Range Lodge, Sienna, Frank, you know, my 2 buddies, just friends, immediately amazing, helpful people, same page. The whole German thing, those people, the neighbors, Jack, this dude Dave down at the park, and then Deborah and Mary, and Deborah's friends. I lost those 2 guys' names, but they were really, really great. And then, of course, Chuck and Heidi. And then back to the Black Range Lodge, Megan and Joseph and Daisha, and always again Sienna, and everybody's dogs, and then those babies. There was like an almost 3-year-old and a 8-month-old or something. That was amazing, having little ones around. Oh, Norm Ballinger, my Austin friend, who's so far been the the local support network. Norm connected me to Catherine and Gary up at the Black Range Lodge, and Catherine and Gary hosted me and actually were instructive and grounding and generous, and you know, not just in hospitality, but in just richness of life and wealth of kind of perspective and grace, connectedness, honesty, articulation, patience, all kinds of amazing things. Support, congeniality, good humor, amazing food. That's some of the stuff. And then the thing I should be doing is talking about the weather as I'm driving across. I've been calling, you know, my cousin and some really important close friends and family and journalists that I respect and greatly. And it just appears to have been a smashing breakthrough success so far. I'm sure we'll move around, but for a first start, it's a really big deal. Driving through Globe, Globe, Arizona, and there's just a lot of weird things going on. Turn the camera sideways. The color, unfortunately, you can't really see it. It's so peach and turquoise. It's wild, and then it's yellow at the bottom under the gray clouds with the misty. And then this guy, okay, moving on. He's been looking for trouble. He tailed me for a minute. State trooper. Of course, I can't see, so I'm trying to stay in the left lane and just drive like I'm moving through town. I didn't know if I was going to get popped for something I wasn't doing. Anyway, and then none of the street lights are coming on yet because these clouds, maybe they're unusual. Maybe these things are on timers, or maybe for the last, yeah, now they're popping on. And it's been like 15 minutes of no street lights going in and out of this city limits. And it's been, now it's dark enough you can see with your headlights, but it was like a weird, yeah, it's a really wild effect. It was harder to see when it wasn't dark, and now we're going into nighttime and it's easier to see. And the street lights are popping on. But I was wondering if I was losing my eyesight. And there's some lightning in the distance. That's really interesting. I've never been blinded by twilight like that. Here in Globe. Here's Cholos. On 3rd Street, across from the JP Motel. ATV parts service and apparel, it says. Apparel. Their digital flag. Oh man, what a wonderful place. All small businesses here. Yeah, here we go. Look at this little hamlet. So groovy. Wow. Little mountain desert hamlet. There's like this town hall or something, the auditorium. Pretty cool. Ain't that America? Napa, of course, just a Napa. Over here we got Cricks, Gems and Minerals, not Chuck's, Cricks. Courtesy Ford. Now we're talking. All right, it's time to sign off. And we're back. The journey is almost complete. I hope I am going to the right location. I thought I was in Payson, but I'm about a half hour beyond it, 45 minutes beyond it, I think. Up in the mountains. The good news is there's already mist on the road here. When I booked this, I made a mistake and booked 1 day shorter than I meant to. But man, I'm in some giant forest. This has not been messed with as badly as just about everything else I've ever been in the US. This is really special. I think, I mean, it is dark, but it looks like these pines or cedars or junipers or whatever we're gonna call them are masty, like ship mast. Yeah, just girth, lots of girth, lots of height. On the sour and sad note, is I lament every telephone pole I see, because they come from places like this, and they were, you know, doing fine before telephone. But anyway, this place is real deep forest that's mature, so I don't think I need to be here for 5 days. I'm not even sure I need to be here at the moment. Anyway, yeah, it's just mist across the road. It looks like the road is moist, but the air feels cool and moist, like not, you know, we're 4 nights in on a watering. So this will be interesting. All right, I actually made it. I'm in this incredible pad. Check this place out. This loft garage thing, bricks. I am deep in a national wilderness. And what else is going on? I can't find my car because it's so dark out there. I parked in front of maybe the wrong house, but it's raining. So I just came to a forest that's raining. It did say fire danger extreme when I pulled in. So, you know, I'll figure out what's happening in the morning. I don't have internet here. Looks like the power must have just gone out or something like that. Oh, I should say there's an amazing smell here in this deep forest, and I'm sure I'll talk about it a lot as I get out into it. It's just wonderful to be back in the forest with the windows wide open and air moving through that smells like, you know, pines. It's really refreshing and enlivening in the tissue inside of your body somehow, this cedary stuff, just so good. And then of course with the rain that's here, incredibly, it's kind of beyond words, nice softness.